As a creative writing professor, if you were going to give 5 authors that aspiring writers should learn technical skills of writing, which writers would you tell them to gain inspiration from and why?
I would say that it really, really depends on the writer. And I know that this is a cop-out answer, but the reason why is because I would give like a different top 5 to whichever writer I was reading their work. Hemingway, for someone who luxuriates in the language and presenting something that is an antidote to that. Have either of you ever read Anne Carson?
I have not.
Anne Carson is a poet, as well as kind of like an experimental writer. One of the things that she wrote was a novel in verse called Autobiography of Red. And one of the things about Autobiography of Red is that it's beautiful, it's poetic language, but it's so subtle, it's not trying to hammer you over the head with its language. Instead, it's about seeing something from a different angle in such a way that it's like you can get that in 2 words. It explodes in your face because it's kind of like, wow, 2 words, you just captured something that was an entirely new point of view, but she just leaves it and she keeps on going. It's so understated, and it's powerful for that reason. Gabriel Garcia Marquez. I mentioned Marquez recently when critiquing some of his work, because the reason why magic realism is interesting from a fantastical point of view, from the point of view of fantasy writing, is because imagine you're living in a time or an era in which everything is so fucked up that it feels surreal and absurd. But the thing is that this is everyday life. At first, things felt fucked up. Then things feel kind of normal, but also fucked up. And like, it's just absurd. Imagine being in that kind of era. What kind of literature could accurately reflect that era? And what it is it's something where, like truth being stranger than fiction, it's going to seem fantastical. It's going to seem magical. It's going to seem absurd. It's going to seem surreal, but that's really what our era is.
That reminds me of Grimdark Fantasy.
Yes, yes.
That's Prince of Thorns through and through. It's by Mark Lawrence.
Yeah.
It's funny because it starts out so messed up and then you get used to it, but it doesn't stop being messed up.
Yeah.
You're just continuing and you're in this, and it's just so weird. And it is set in a future state.
Wasn't that a great conversation? If you want more writing videos like this, check it out here. Like, comment, and subscribe. Check out Andrew's socials. Check out Ray's socials as well. Stay epic and peace.